Hello and welcome back to Roll20 Presents The Burning Wheel. Let's see what everybody who's not obsessed with eating the hearts of angels is up to. Joy, you wanna go next? Should we jump in and see what you're up to? Because you may end up having a scene with Lodowick anyway, right? So
I may
yeah,
indeed.
yeah. So where do you wanna begin?
Um, I guess yeah. I've got like a day or two before I need to meet up with my contact, so I should go and see Ludwig actually
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
first.
Okay.
So we'll do that. Um, so Ludwig told me where to go and said a code phrase that I remember definitely 100%.
Uh-huh. Okay. It sounds like you do. Yeah.
I don't
No.
remember it.
Okay, yeah. What was the plan? Like, we can just say like, where do you meet up? Just go ahead and set that thing.
She's allowed to come to my house.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I gotta go to Ludwig's estate or whatever, the home of
It's
our rich individual.
I never wrote down what kind of house it was. It's not huge, but it's pretty impressive still. It's not cool.
Okay. All right.
Well,
So
I'll go there.
okay. So you're at Lodowic's house. Lodowick, have you let your people, your guards, your people? I think Joy, when you get there, you see Lodowic's house is protected by people you recognize from the Black Veil. Like they hang out there. And so like his bodyguards or his house guards, they're all kind of the same clientele
Hold up,
that
Adam.
you're used to
Uh,
seeing.
while I'm out, I have to disguise myself.
Yep, that's right.
So I'm just gonna do that real quick.
Mm-hmm.
But I want to make sure that I don't look like Joy
Okay.
for this one. If these are people I might recognize.
Yeah, yeah. Up to disguise yourself as someone who's not you.
Two. Um. Okay.
Nice.
Hey.
There you go. Okay. All right. So, Lodovic, you've let them know though that you're gonna have a visitor.
Yeah, we did say there was a code. I didn't write it down
Yeah, it
either.
doesn't matter. Okay. All right. So there's these ominous looking like guards who who let you in. They expect you,
Yeah, I
but
walk up to the
yeah.
guards and I'm like, wants to see me. Your
Hmm.
your your boss there. I assume your boss anyway.
And so you're led into the house. Lodovic, where do you meet with Joy?
Um, just like in a little living room, maybe downstairs.
Okay. Yeah, parlor.
Hmm.
Okay, cool. What does that look like? What does the background of this scene have in it?
Um, I think it's fairly fancy, but in a non-conventional, non-conventionally Carpathian style. So it's probably more plush, more velvety in terms of upholstery.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely more colorful.
Yeah,
And
yeah, yeah.
yeah, and there's probably like a big tapestry or a painting of like some beautiful rivers or
Oh
like
yeah,
little
like a big like Dutch landscape, kind of like
Yeah.
big lush, like one of those like 2 meter wide paintings, like up on the wall.
Oh God.
Yeah.
yeah, and it's just very comfortable. And there's a nice like wooden table of not the pines of this country is clearly imported.
Imported furniture. Yeah, totally.
Yeah, and then there's probably some like little bits of food left on the table before I come down and meet Joy.
Okay.
Yeah. So I'm sort of like sitting in this room when you get there, I guess, because if I'm let in there before you get there,
Mhm.
um, like awkwardly waiting for you to show up, making shitty small talk with whatever guard is nearby. Um,
Yeah, they will entirely ignore you. If they ignore me, then they definitely ignore you.
I mean, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, you're talking. It's like talking to a wall.
I mean, that's okay.
But I actually don't think there's a guard. I don't think there would be a guard in this room. I think they would just be like, here you go, wait here. And then they'd wait outside.
Yeah, you can probably steal something if you want, if you feel like it.
So yeah, Lodovic, you walk up to the entrance of the room, and your guard just like gives you the Secret Service nod and opens the door to let you in. And inside you see Joy, and the guard shuts the door behind you.
Well, look who it is. I'm used to seeing you on cold streets. This is something of a bit of a change here. Nice place.
Thank you. I worked hard for it.
Well, I as promised, got you what you wanted. Well, I got something. Anyway, we'll see. We'll see if it's what you wanted or not. But I took a look at the Black Veil for a little while. Keep my eye on.
Yep. A little bit.
I'm sorry, are your people not trustworthy?
Yes. It's fine. Just there are other people I have to be concerned about these days. Hence having people at all. A recent acquisition.
Oh. You got listeners in the cupboards? Something?
I can't be the only person who employs random people off the street to gather information on each other.
Fair enough.
Part of the territory.
Well, regardless, here's the deal. Your lady friend has got a lot of other friends. Foreign friends recently, it seems. Anyway. We're talking about Slayuskins, obviously, from the north. Place has gone a little bit rough around the edges, but that's just Carpathia as a whole, really, isn't it? At this point.
Yes. But this much I knew.
Well, I got a name that I think you might be able to use. Let me see here. And she digs through some stuff and oh wait, she can't read or write. Never mind. She doesn't do any of that. She remembers.
If I could have read and written, I would have done it, but I can't.
Wrote it down. I'd have wrote it down, but I can't.
It's up here.
Or write, so I kept it in my head. Yeah. His name's Semyon. Everybody else in that place seemed to be a little leery of him, and he just walked in the back like nobody's business. And nobody does that in the secret place you don't want me to mention out loud anymore.
Interesting. And I take it this is a name I've just not heard in passing.
You can make you can make a test. Yeah, you can make a wise test if you want to see.
Oh fuck! Is he a pirate?
He's not a pirate, unfortunately.
Shit.
Yeah, I mean, I think foreign agents wise, criminals wise.
I didn't have criminals.
I mean, it's up to you to decide which one you want to open, basically.
Yeah, let's open. Gosh. Criminals wise would make sense, but do I want to try and cheekily broaden it at all?
People wise. Just all people.
What about
No.
outcast wise? Because you have that circles thing.
Just any people.
Yeah, it could be outcast wise, but
Yeah, I mean, that implies he's an outcast.
Yeah,
people I need to know about wise.
let's open criminal wise.
I like wise guy wise. Okay. So this particular criminal, he's foreign. Let's say ob 2. but I'll give you an advantage die for his reputation.
Okay. No, I don't.
Okay. So you've never heard of him. You don't know who this is.
Look at her and shake my head. You have a last name?
Not as far as I know.
Writing it down.
I mean, he's pretty, distinct looking. Old guy, beard, kind of gray and black, short black hair. Lots of
Couldn't
gray
draw
though.
anything, could you?
No, I don't think I could. I could sing you a song. I could sing you a song about him.
Simeon. He's got a beard and he's not from here. You could try to draw a picture of him if you wanted.
Is it-
An untrained drawing test.
Is there an art skill? I guess.
I think drawing is a skill. Yeah.
Okay, why not?
I could
guess.
try. Let's see.
All right, let me see. Give me the pen.
So drawing. Let's see. I guess it would be.
It's probably agility, isn't it?
Drawing isn't a skill on its own, but painting or art might be. Let me see.
Art or painting. Painting
is one. Yep. Okay, it's will and agility.
So is this a painting test then?
Yeah, we'll call it a painting test.
Will and agility.
Illumination is different. Illumination isn't drawing. Illumination is like making fancy letters in manuscripts. But yeah, let me take a look at the description just to make sure that this game doesn't roll them both in.
That says something about painting that I don't quite understand. That it's based in will. Illumination
is the art of embellishing manuscripts with illustrations. Yeah, I think painting is probably the closest to what we want. So, let's see what the obs for painting are.
Yeah.
Caricatures? Likenesses. Here we go. Okay.
Likenesses.
It is an ob 4 painting test.
Are you fucking serious? There's no way.
Go ahead and roll.
What if you do and you find out that your secret talent all this time was
So it's going to be difficulty 8. So...
No, I don't get it.
No.
Surprisingly, I don't get it. Weird.
So, I mean, it's like, you're not terrible. Like, it's not that you don't draw a stick man. You draw, you do a as best as you can a painting of this guy, but it doesn't really look like anyone. It just looks like a guy. So yeah, it's not.
I kind of shrug and slide this paper across the table,
kind of like this. He looks like a man.
Interesting. I tell you what, though, instead of getting somebody else to look into this, you've done well. Do you think you could find out more about him? Come close to him? Something like that?
Oh, you want me to start tailing the scary criminal guy that everybody else is afraid of? Yeah, that's going to cost you a bit.
Well, I didn't expect you to do this for charity.
That's weird. Everybody else does for some reason.
There are a lot of people in this country who do not realize the value of work for each other. But that is fine. I'm clearly not from here. And thus
No, I'm clearly. Neither am I. Right.
Do you know much of your home country?
I know it's warmer than here.
Yeah, he laughs, actually. He says, if this was a better time, then perhaps I could hire you as some sort of jester. You seem to have a talent for that as well.
Oh, yes. I'm very funny.
All right. Let us negotiate a price then. I wish to know why he is in this country, what his dealings are with the Catamina specifically, and perhaps any of his close friends or confidants, anybody else that he's talking to or doing business with.
Specifically.
I'm willing to haggle with you.
I'm not gonna be able to. I'm not gonna be able to like steal any documents or any. I can't read them. What you're asking for here is for me to talk to this guy and somehow get him to like me enough to tell me his secrets. That's gonna be a long game kind of thing. I don't know how much time you have.
It's an ominous thing to say.
You know, like, how important is this to Katarina loyalty? I mean, surprise person that I'm not supposed to mention the name of again. Loyalty thing gonna last for you because.
Well, I suppose that just depends. I have my suspicions on what she's up to. If they are correct, less time than I would like.
Why don't you direct my blade, so to speak, towards those suspicions so that I may confirm or deny those specifics rather than asking me to find out the specifics of the thing that may have nothing to do with what you're interested in, which would be a lot harder.
And you think you have a way?
I mean, I used to work for Katarina. I'm sure. I mean, secret person. I used to work for them. I'm sure I could again.
But lest you forget, even during our first meeting, you told me that you are no longer allowed inside.
I mean, but I got inside, didn't I? I got you the stuff that I got this time.
I suppose so.
I am a creature of means.
No, it seems that you are. Very well.
So tell me, what's she been up to?
What has she been up to?
Well, what do you think she's been up to?
Well, she has been seeking out unsavory individuals, killing them. She still has the implements to do so. But
seems within her grasp, certainly.
Yes, well, I may have made a slight oversight in whether or not I would give her these things permanently. I was a little emotionally distraught at the time.
So are you expecting to be one of the people who gets a knife in the back and sometime in the near future?
No, I don't think she has any reason to do that. But I have designs, and I don't know where she fits in.
Designs. Well, I have walked into the den of a maestro, haven't I? Designs. Ooh, shivers.
Such a shit. It's so good.
Do you want to ugly truth me?
Yeah, I think I do.
So what is the ugly truth here? Like, you're in over your head, buddy?
Yeah, I think the ugly, the ugly truth is like, you need my help because you clearly have no.
So Joy is seizing the momentum of the conversation to be like, look, you brought me here to help you, but like, you got to let me be in charge of the conversation.
Like, I gotta know what you know so that I can like help you get what you need. Yeah.
Okay. Right.
So what kind of ob would you call this ugly truth, Dave? I'll give you the vibe here.
I
mean, it's probably complicated. I can't. It's not a simple thing.
It's
to, like,
probably not
bullshit about.
That's a complex political situation.
Let me
probably 3.
Mm-hmm. I'll go to ugly truth here, and we'll check it out. Just because I don't want to sell you short here.
That's fine.
Yeah. So complex political situation is 4, and then ob 5 is like about a nuanced or delicate situation. I wouldn't call that this. So yeah, you're probably right. It's probably a 3.
It seems like 3 to me.
Yeah. So I'm gonna fork persuade into that.
Mm-hmm.
Sure.
And we'll go from there.
Okay.
Base ob 3. Hey, there we go. We did it.
All right, Ludwig, you were convinced that the truth is perhaps uglier than you thought, and your Joy has proven that she's got a handle on this in a way you didn't expect before. Hey, look, you're doing your instinct, but someone else is doing it for you.
So here's the thing, right? Your designs, it's not my problem. You know, like whatever you want to do, I'm sure it's great. And I like the coin you've been giving me, and I want more of that. So I'm here for that. But you got to tell me what's going on so that I don't stumble into your grand design having hired me to learn something and I come back to you with something you've already got. Right? It's pointless, isn't it? You think? So you got to tell me something here so that I know what I have going forward. Plus, anything I know makes it easier for me to get into places.
Yes. Well, very well. You've clearly proved to me that you're not some simple street-dwelling peasant as I first imagined.
Well, I definitely dwell on the street. That's surety, my friend. But I know things.
Well, we could see about changing that. You say you'd like the coin. Would it be enough to ensure that perhaps the fact that I am paying you would not reach those that I am asking you to listen in on? We can make a better deal for you here.
I mean,
I know I can trust you.
I'm certainly interested in a better deal. And also, telling them that I'm getting paid by you seems like a good way to stop getting paid. You think?
Yes. Well, when you've been doing business as long as I have, you know that sometimes people will become misguided when they feel threatened or coerced.
Oh, not me. Not me. I'm cold as the grave.
All right. Then let's see if we can make it worth your while.
Yeah, it sounds like there's a deal to be struck, a roll to be made here. So, I guess in this case, Joy, you set the price of your services, and then Lodovic has to basically roll haggle to try to talk you down a little bit, and then, like in this case, it could be cash, it could be a fund you can draw on, etc. In exchange.
Yeah,
for
I
your
mean, Dave,
services.
what are you thinking? Like in terms of like what you're like character-wise, what are you like offering here? Because Joy's gonna ask for more than like numerically more, but like, are we doing like cash die? Are we doing like fund? Or what are we doing?
Well, yeah, they're different. I guess different usefulness. I can either give you cash die, which would probably be less, or I could just look about buying you somewhere to live, which is very far out of your means. And
That's true. But the thing about that is when it comes around to maintenance season, I'm not gonna be able to
Yeah,
keep
a fund. I think a fund represents like a salary, right? A fund is like, I made this account full of money for you. Draw on it when you need things, and then it's just the size of the fund, right? So, Joy, you can be like, I want a 3-die fund. Make it for me, and then Lodovic will haggle you down to 2.
Adam, you nailed it in terms of what I was gonna ask for. That's what I would have done.
So it's a big ask, but then Lodovic will invariably haggle you down because he's good at that.
I want a ton of money to draw from. That's what I want. If you're gonna pay me, keep me on retainer. It's nice.
Okay. Sure.
So you mechanically you're going to ask for a retainer of such and such an amount that equates to a 3-die fund.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
And there's a whole conversation of like this much. Oh, so you can fight on horseback as well.
yeah. There's the whole like it's fairly above your actual means here. That kind of thing.
You also have Stygian magics that you can cast on my enemies.
I'm very magic. Yes.
Okay. So so let's talk about the cost here. So Lodovic, you're both gonna make a haggle roll. Joy does not have haggling.
I don't have haggle. Yeah, so I can't. I'm not very good at haggling.
What's haggling based on?
I don't know.
God, I got so many skills on the opening right now.
Yeah, it's probably will.
I have 10. I have 10 skills with one roll on them.
Yeah, versus test for haggling, forks, persuasion, soothing platitudes. So Joy, why don't you go first? Make a will test.
What's the base? Will? Yeah.
Yeah, make a will test, and this will set up what Lodovic's difficulty is.
Am I making a will test or a untrained haggling?
Well, it's untrained haggling, so
okay.
Yeah, the number of dice is your will.
I just wanted to know.
Yeah, of course. Yep.
There you go. It's a 1, basically.
Yes.
Okay.
Do you want to reroll that 6? You got all this fate, and it goes straight to your will.
Do I care about that?
You'd have to get 2 more successes to make it more difficult for Ludovic.
I mean, no, I'll leave it.
Okay, so you just need 1 success on it. Yeah, and that's true. You don't have to reroll till you see because it's versus. So
Yeah.
go ahead, Dave. You're gonna make a haggling roll. Currently,
Yeah.
it's ob 1.
In theory, I could win, chat, but in theory, it's not going to happen.
Sure. Yeah. Let's pop persuade in it, and let's put peasant wise because you are a peasant.
I'm not a peasant. I'm from the noble court.
She's the slave.
Nah, she's a slave.
I'm a
Peasant.
I'm a
Yeah,
slave
she's not a
in
peasant.
I'm a slave in noble court and an outcast,
She's
but
poor.
I'm not a peasant at
Yeah,
all.
yeah. Peasants are like people that work on farms and villages and stuff.
Maybe it's a little mean to put forks in as well.
I mean, it's not. It doesn't matter. Right?
Go
That's your
ahead. I don't
choice.
care.
Yeah. So you have the +1 for persuasion. Okay, no problem. Okay.
Nail it.
So it's you got to create a 2-die fund for Joy.
Yeah, and just I think to just prove to her, like that what maybe this haggling looks like is like I already knew how this situation was going down, and I already have a 2-die fund, so maybe I have like the contracts and the paperwork already, like in a drawer on my desk, and I already slide them out. It's kind of like I already knew how this was going to go. This part specifically with the paying.
Yeah. So you're gonna transfer your 2-die fund to her instead of generating a new one.
Yes.
Okay. Cool. So you sign over some paperwork that Joy doesn't understand. Joy draws the X on the line.
Yeah, I can't read it. Yeah.
And yeah, you can show that to merchants and stuff and be like,
Uh,
just withdraw from my Bank of Lodowig.
Well, I suppose before you sign this, I should know who it is who is signing it.
It's a good point. You don't even know who I am. That's probably should have started with that, to be honest. And I gesture to myself in my sort of semi-flamboyant way, and say, Tahira Nazari, at your service.
Oh, it was a pleasure to meet you, Tahira. My name is Lodvek Axter. And I put out my hand.
Shake your hand.
I look at your inky fingers.
Yeah,
And
it's
shrug.
dirty. Some people call me Joy. So
Interesting choice. I would if you prefer, but
No, please. The other name's much better. It's just you may hear me referred to.
all right. Well, this amount should be able to keep you fairly happy for some time.
So let's review what you want from me. You want to know what Semyon is up to. You want to know why he's here. You'd like to know what else about this person.
Well, first and foremost, whether he's relevant.
Whether he's relevant. Oh, okay.
Ekaterina has,
I'm sure he's relevant to something.
well, the thing I'm most concerned with.
Scary man like that. That's all I'm saying.
Yes, I'm sure he is. But the primary concern, Ekaterina has weapons. Some that you may not have seen the like of before. They're very dangerous, and she has them in the hands of very dangerous people. As such, if we're going to look at all to the future of this country, we should be keeping track of those, what she wants to do with them. It makes sense that this would be tied to this scary man. But it may not.
So you want to see if she's giving away the weapons to Soyuzkins. Interesting.
She's already killed some of them with them, but I don't suppose that would stop her from making other deals with other people.
Yeah, I mean, she told you that anyway. You never actually saw anybody get killed with those guns.
That's true.
You were very well insulated from that.
Well, I'll do a little looking around, and we'll find out exactly what's going on.
And do
Yeah.
be careful now that we've made this arrangement, I would hate to see you not get to enjoy the benefits of our partnership.
Oh, I'll be careful. I'm not too worried about that.
All right, and you're welcome to return here and let me know whatever. They'll be expecting you. If you need anything specific to get on with your task, then do let me know.
Well, I mean, you've given me such a glut of free flowing gold. I'm sure I can come up with what I need.
He waves a hand. And he's like, "It's nothing, really."
So what do you?
I certainly enjoy your nothing then.
Yeah, thanks for all the nothing, bud. So what's your resources situation now, Joey? You've got a 2-die fund.
So I have resources 1.
Yeah.
I have a cash die and a 2-die fund.
2-die fund. You could buy some decent shit. You get with 5.
I can
4 dice to roll.
4 dice to roll. Yeah, I can.
Time to go and invest that shit in the market.
I can do okay. The real trick is getting my resources to go up again, which means
right. You gotta go buy some shit.
I need a 2-die test, and they'll bump my resources up.
Let's see what you can buy for.
I need a 1-die test, but there's nothing I would ever buy that would be a 1-die test. So.
A 2-die test, I can buy a sumptuous.
I don't need 1 dice things. Let's see, 1 Ob 1, food for the day, lodging for the night, clothing, shoes, and other simple mundane goods, day laborer's wages. You didn't roll. I forgot to do this. This reminds me. Roll the die of fate for your disguise kit, because that might be a thing you need to buy.
I'll do it in a sec. I just want to get to the right page here. Okay, there we go. All right, let me roll the die of fate.
Yeah, you could Ob 2 is rent for a flat. Okay, so your stuff is good.
Why would I rent a flat when I have a perfectly good freezing abandoned butcher shop?
Because then you'd have a house that you actually live in, and not a horrible murder den.
I don't live anywhere.
You could buy a fancy pair of shoes.
All
right. Oh shit!
Nice. How much is a fine knife?
Expensive.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, work your way up.
Superior quality arms is Ob 5.
Run-of-the-mill arms is Ob 3 though, and I'm currently using some kitchen knife shit, so it's not too bad.
So yeah, you've opened the door.
Actually, where my money is gonna go is to presumably the temple lady who's gonna ask for money.
Yeah, totally. She's gonna need you to pay her, but we'll deal with that later. Okay, so you make this deal with Lodovic, and then you, I assume, leave his house.
Yeah, I'm not gonna hang around. I'll just get out of there once the deal's made.
Okay.
And off down the street away, so that I'm not hanging around or could be spotted by somebody who might then be able to be like, well, she was at Ludwig's 2 nights ago. Yeah. But I guess I'm disguised, so it's all good.
Okay, cool. So a mysterious figure comes and goes. Yeah. So great. Yeah. So you head out. All right. So let's jump back to the choir. Alessandra, you want to go there to meet up with Agatha, right? Okay. So in a huff, after your conversation with this lawyer, you storm out of the court, and we see a now, are you doing this? Are you trying to be subtle, or is this the regent has come to pay a visit?
I feel like what happens is she's still very frustrated, impatient. She's having a little bit of a temper tantrum, I think.
Really?
So so she probably goes to the choir headquarters, leaves the carriage or whatever before the servant can take her arm or put down stairs or whatever they do, and then pushes in through the doors before they can announce her, and just goes straight towards the last place where she saw Agatha, and then realizes that she doesn't actually know where Agatha is.
So you just storm into the choir.
Yeah.
And everybody's like, holy shit. It's like you work in a 7-Eleven and then the president just walks in. So everybody is just kind of looking at each other was she expected? What's going on
here? And then when she pauses in her step because she realizes she doesn't know where Agatha is, she would just turn towards the nearest person and be like, Agatha, where is she?
So this boy, this church, this chapel boy looks up at you and he's like, I
Go get her.
I don't know who
Go.
So he doesn't know who Agatha is. Agatha's like he's just like, and he runs away, but not
Yeah,
to
of
do what you
course.
want
No,
because
she's super pissed. She's just
I'm
real
here
mad.
for an Agatha, and he's like, we don't have those, mem. Like he doesn't know. But Agatha, you I think are aware of the ripples of disruption that Alessandra has stormed into the choir, and you know she's here. You're made aware of that. What would you like to do with that information? She's like out in the main room, kind of in a huff.
Hmm.
She's probably like tapping her foot impatiently where that boy like ran away to like presumably do what she told him to do. And then when it takes longer than like a few seconds, she would probably start walking in whatever direction.
He ran away because he's terrified of you. Yes.
Yeah, well, I'm terrifying.
Yeah, I think she'll just like be in a doorway and like gesture
bitch
for Alessandra to follow, and then go back down to creepy basement town.
Oh, yay. Creepy basement town's my
So yeah,
favorite.
Alessandra, you stand on the threshold of the like the basement, the stone stairs leading down into what used to be the like storage rooms and what have you of the choir. And I want you to make a steel test, please.
Yeah, okay.
You become aware of an uncomfortable presence.
I remember lots of things happening around here, so I will make a steel test. Any adjustments on my...
No, it's just like a sense of fear.
So the ob is my hesitation, right?
Yes. To see how long you wait on the threshold.
2 beats.
Okay, so for two moments, how do you react?
I think the thing that she does is like Agatha is like, yeah, come here, and you turn around and like go down the stairs, and Alessandra is angry and like striding toward it, and then she like stops right before she gets to the stairs, and like her 2 moments is like, it's basically like she almost runs away. She like takes several steps backward for those like 2 beats. Like it's like she's about to turn and run, you know. But then those 2 beats are over, and she like collects herself, and she's a little less angry and a little more like scared, and maybe doesn't remember or know exactly why.
So Agatha, you notice this, right? You're halfway down the stairs, and you realize you don't hear the sound of Alessandra's
like
footsteps.
Stops. Yeah, and she kind of like half turns and just says, "Come along," and then keeps walking down.
And do you don't have a lamp or a light or anything because you're blind, right?
Correct.
Yeah,
It is
of course
just
not.
pitch dark.
Don't you have any torches or anything down there? I can't.
You just hear the like pat 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 of her feet on the stone.
I'm not blind.
And she just leaves you up there. Like, she's not helping you out.
Is
She
there
wants you
like
getting scared, basically.
Mm-hmm.
It's helpful to her.
Totally.
Is there some kind of torch at the lip of the stairs?
Yeah, there's an unlit torch in case someone needs to. I think we're far enough past the place where it would be a torch. I think it's a lantern.
Okay.
Or like a candle or
Like
something.
an oil lamp or something.
Yeah, oil lamp. Yeah.
Okay, well, she would light it with whatever accoutrements are right there.
Yeah, because there's other lights, right? You like chain lights together. So you'd pick up the lantern and then light it off of another. It's a lantern with a candle in it, so it's like a glass encasement with a little like.
Yeah.
And so you light the candle off of another candle. It's illuminating the hallway upstairs, and then carry that lamp down with you.
Yeah, and then whatever steel necessitating thing passes enough for her to go down the creepy stairs after Agatha and like kind of try and like shake herself out of the feeling of bleh.
Yeah. Okay. So after a moment of hesitation, you cross the threshold and descend into the witch's lair.
Horrible. Is it just the basement room where you were? Have you like, does it still look like a cell?
It's just that room at the end of the hall, past all the cells.
Can't believe you still stay down here.
So a thing to remember about this sort of medieval basement architecture is whatever you're imagining, imagine it smaller, right? The ceiling is lower, the walls are closer, the doorways you duck to get in, the room is narrow and cramped. The walls are cold, and yeah, it's more like spelunking than it is like popping down to the crawl space to get your summer wear. So it's a claustrophobic space.
Yeah, and you're like chastising Agatha for being down there, and she just says, "It's one of the only places no one bothers me."
Yes, well, sorry to bother you. And it's very much like, not at all. No, I'm not. I'm not sorry. But I have. And she like stops mid sentence, like, I have need of you, but she stops right in the middle of it. And it's just like, you did that to the king, didn't you? You made him forget himself.
To help your suit.
You've not helped me. He's barely a person.
Sorry.
And now you are the regent.
Yes, well, evidently that is perhaps temporary. So say some advisors. But regardless, I would request your aid once more. And she like looks a little bit like, I don't want to be doing this.
Right, because like the monkey's paw already bent a finger and you're like, that didn't go so good. How can I make this wish better?
Yeah.
You've come back to the well even though it poisoned you once.
Mm-hmm.
She like steeples her fingers. And the only light is the lamp that you have.
Yeah, and I think so your room of late has been like piled up with like books from the Forbidden Library, like you've brought down here to read. The floor is like a palimpsest of chalk that's been wiped away and then chalk again and then wiped away. So there's all these kind of like uneven, half hidden ghosts of lines on the floor. The place smells of alchemical supply and ritual herb. You're very much aware, Alessandra, that you are in the subterranean lair of an otherworldly creature, right? There's something unsettling about this whole situation.
Mm-hmm.
I have provided the service that you requested in good faith. And now we are square, which means any further requests will require payment.
And Alessandra looks at you and she says, as you said, I am regent. I have plenty of resources to put at your disposal should this service go more according to plan.
And Agatha just kind of like a shrug. What do you need?
You remember the Volpes. Soren and Tabitha. They are the king's bosom companions.
And what trouble are they giving you?
They refuse to leave his side. They refuse to leave my house. They have killed Reza.
And Agatha just kind of like, it's kind of balancing.
Yeah, you're like, these guys sound great.
Yeah. Loyal friends, then, to the king.
But disloyal to the regent. They are in my house and they will not leave. And everyone I ask tells me I have no power over them in my own home. You spoke before about taking power. Surely you would not leave me at the mercy of this man, bloodthirsty though he is. And she's basically like, come on, you like women who have power, just help me. I know that's a thing that you like.
That's your jam.
Just like totally missing the point.
Yeah, but that's Alessandra. It's fine.
It's fine, yeah.
heard of this Soren, haven't I? And she like taps her hands together and thinks, and like she's heard rumors of his various exploits, I'm sure.
Yes, he killed a Stygian before in some bar or something. That's why he was in my house to begin with. We were protecting him from the consequences of his actions. Seems I should not have done so. And it seems that killing a lord has no consequences whatsoever.
Everything's always so complicated with the nobility.
Hmm.
It's tedious. She like pushes whatever book she had been, working with away to make some space.
Yes.
So
He, his sister, and the Lady Protector are all, well, protecting each other from the consequences of disobeying me. It will not do.
what would you have me do to them? Kill them? Make them disappear? Hex them to be frail, to wither?
Oh, I'm sure you could be very imaginative. I just want them gone from my house.
Oh, yes. Imaginative Agata, my
Yeah.
favorite kind.
A lack of specificity with a witch is a good call too. I don't know, just witch them.
She
Just
nods.
fall back on magic coma. That's gone really well for you so far.
3 to be turned away.
They are powerful people, Agatha. Perhaps they know things that could be of use to you. Maybe that can be part of our deal. You get them, and I don't need to have them around anymore.
I'll see what I can do. The one, Soren, he was in the Stygian Crusade, wasn't he?
Yes, and he's very broken up about it. Regardless, this is a matter that is urgent. They killed a man in my home, my own brother, and she doesn't hype it up like she did to
Yeah.
what's his butt. She's just like, ugh, Reza. Blech.
Yes, no great loss there.
No, but still, they refuse to obey me and then murder in cold blood in my own home and get away with it. I feel powerless at a time when I should have the most power. Too many rules.
Well, for Soren, if you bring me... There's no such thing as like sympathetic tokens in this game, is there?
No, I don't. Not for what you're trying to do. I don't think.
So what I would really like, actually, is this is a good way to get at the Minister of the Forest Territories and get a little revenge there. So, what can Agatha get?
I mean, from an out of character standpoint, Soren was in Stygia.
Yeah, like she's put
he's a
those
captain.
pieces
Yeah.
together.
Yeah.
So.
He returned because he got badly injured, and they were like, "You're good. You can come back."
So, sorry, we'll get back into the character here. So, Agatha like thinks about it for a minute, and then she says, "For Soren, payment is simple. Send the Minister of the Forest Territories here. I don't care what business you tell her she has, but bring her here."
She's away. I can call her back. I suppose that at least is within my purview.
And Agatha shrugs. I've only heard rumors that they're out pillaging. Bring her back. The others, payment will have to wait. And then she just like leans back in her chair and crosses her arms.
Uh-huh.
And Alessandra like narrows her eyes, but I feel like she's kind of used to like, you'll owe me something, and then never like
Yeah, well, and it's like an
actually.
obscure ask too. It's like, and this is such a witchy thing that like, do a spell for me, and you're like, okay, but you have to say the word banana 3 times at midnight. Why? Shut up. Don't worry about it. Just do it. I'm a witch.
Yeah, and so Alessandra is pretty much just assuming like, okay, as long as it gets done, I could probably weasel out of any unintended consequence. Probably, I don't know.
It's been working out great. Okay, so what's
fine.
there's a roll here to be made. So Agatha, you want Alessandra to call back the Minister of the Foreign Territories. In the Minister of the Forest Territories, just the minister, or like end the crusade against the like end the food wars.
Just the
Just call the
minister,
minister back.
because
Okay.
I'm using someone else's debt to me to do, like she's leveraging her various things against each other.
Yeah. Okay. And then also you want what, like a future thing I will tell you to do?
Yep.
Yeah,
An
like a favor.
undisclosed future thing. Okay. And
Having
Alessandra,
discussion with the regent.
you want what?
I want those motherfuckers out of my house.
However it works, just Agatha will make sure that Soren and Tabitha leave your house.
I mean, it's always gone poorly, but it's never gone poorly.
I'm just clarifying that's what you're asking.
Yes.
Okay.
And I feel like if I tried to be specific, then Agatha would be like, let me try to do this the way that she doesn't want me to do. Because she tried to be fairly specific about the stuff with the king, and it totally backfired. And she's not addressing that right now, obviously. Like, we had this conversation.
Okay.
But I feel like she has no love for these people. So maybe she tries to specify a little bit at least, and says,
What's the trade here? I just want to be clear.
However it is you rid me of these people, they have disrespected the crown of Carpathia. I would not have them given power. I want them gone and to remain that way. Does that work for you, Agatha?
She kind of like hems and haws, nods her head back and forth.
Yeah, like I think the question is here is there a role? Like, have you just agreed that this is the deal, or do either of you want to try to roll to make it better for yourselves?
I think the way it is that like I want like the role that I'm doing is don't undermine me. Don't like be like, yeah, I'll get them out of your hair, but then I'll like power them up and have them come from the outside of your house and kick your ass, you know? So maybe like Alessandra is trying to be like, yo, actually do this and don't do the thing you did with the king where it turned out not great. And maybe Agatha is trying to like inconspicuous or falsehood, like, yeah, totally, I'll do it that way. No, I'm not. I'm going to do whatever I want.
Here's my proposition, because I am keen to use this skill that I have and have been sitting on for a long time. This is an opposed bargaining test.
Yeah.
Okay. I don't have bargaining. What is it based on?
It's based on will, and it's the skill for making supernatural pacts and organs and whatnot. Usually it's with things you summon, like devils and whatnot, but
Bargaining is just what it is. And
Yeah.
it's based on.
Yeah, I think I'd allow it because Agatha is a
pretty
supernatural creature.
Bargaining. Okay. All right. It's will perception? Or just
Will
will?
slash
Average
perception.
average of will and perception. Yeah.
I mean, it does say it's specifically summoner and summoned, but I don't know.
I think
Because
this.
that's the thing. Yeah, like you know what? It's haggling, but with like bargaining can be a fork. The thing is that if the skill, because it does overlap with haggling pretty well. And if it specifically calls out like summoning, then Alessandra's not learning that skill.
It just feels so appropriate.
It would if it was like, Yeah, if you were being supernaturally bound to do this thing, if there was magic at stake, then maybe.
Mm.
I mean,
If you
can
you
make
have
it
art,
have
if you have
magic.
art magic, yeah. If you want to like cast a spell to make this like a binding magical thing, neither of you can break. Cool, let's do that.
I would, but I don't have a belief about it.
Okay. Yeah. No, and that's perfect, right? Because then it's just Alessandra trying to convince you to do the thing.
Yeah.
So
So
you're not even rolling to oppose. It's just a roll against your will.
okay, yeah, she can just persuade me.
So yeah, do what I want according to the way I want you to do it.
Okay.
And I think the fail here is like obviously Agatha will do whatever she wants, but it may be like, yeah, that's a good idea. I'll do it, but I'll do it my way.
Okay, so persuasion. What's your will? 6?
My will is 6.
Okay. What do I got? What do I got? Manipulation wise.
Mm-hmm.
Intimidation.
Sure.
Because I was trying to be all like, you
Yeah,
do
yeah.
this the way that I please, because you did something I didn't like before. Wah,
Mhm.
wah, wah.
Yeah, I saw it.
Mm, uh, God, why is nothing useful? See, Agatha's not a noble, but
No.
she was
No.
a member of the
No.
court.
She's not a noble.
No, but
She
what
was in the
court-wise?
court,
But she's not a
Staff-wise?
noble. Noble-wise doesn't apply.
Okay, court-wise or staff-wise though?
Well, she's not your staff anymore. She's nobody's staff,
Okay, but she was a member of the court.
but isn't anymore.
Mm.
Yeah, if she was still court sorcerer, then yeah,
I feel like noble wise is a fit though because this is about
correct.
nobles that you
Yeah,
want
it's
chased out.
about-
Like it's
okay.
still relevant. So
All right, yeah, because we are talking about nobles. We're doing things to nobles.
yeah, I
around
think like
jerk nobles.
of those 3 things, that one
Mm-hmm.
was.
That's fair.
There's no money, so it's not extortion. Can I ugly truth?
I don't think so, or you didn't.
Blah. I think that's all I have.
It's all right. You got fate.
Okay. Then I guess we'll try it with what I've got right now.
Okay.
Base obstacle a ton.
Oh, you're close.
Oh, shit, I'm spending that fate.
Yeah, you got
real
2 6s. Now hold on. How many fate do you want to spend? 1 or 3?
I got 2
Or I guess 2.
6s, so it's like a 50-50 chance. I think
50
I'm gonna.
50 twice, so pretty good.
Okay.
Because all you need is
Yeah, I
1
think
success.
I'm gonna do 1.
Okay.
Spend 1 fate. Yeah.
All right. There it is.
Yes.
Okay. So the agreement here then is Agatha, you are.
Oh my God. Sorry. One sec.
Just keep blowing that up. Do it. No, there it is.
Okay. There we go.
Okay, so the agreement here is that Agatha will rid Alessandra.
And like
Of the Volpe.
actually like rid. There's no like they come back later and they're all weirded magicked out and they.
I mean, assuming you succeed at this roll, right?
I
get to. No, I mean the roll to do it because we
Oh,
know
yeah,
how
I
magic
mean,
goes
like,
great.
yeah. No. That's like,
Agatha's
you can't
intent.
control-
She is going to try to do a good job of this.
Yeah, the intent is yes, actually. It's totally possible that the magic roll fails and that's fine. You know,
Okay,
I
and in
can
exchange, Alessandra,
minister of the forest territories and then unspecified later
we'll
favors.
call the minister
I'm assuming 1 for each person.
and owe Agatha a favor. Okay. Cool.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So what does that, Agatha, what does your agreement look like?
Yeah, so she's sitting there with her arms crossed and she says, "Very well. I will rid you of these nobles and their petty troubles."
Thank you.
Do not forget the minister. Call her back.
I will not forget. I have other people to summon. I will do the same with her.
And then she's like waving her hand.
Get
like,
out of
"No.
here.
Now get out of here. I'm very busy.
Take your lantern and go.
Yeah, and Alessandra like turns back to the hallway and raises the lantern a bit and is like, oh, it's
Yeah,
crazy.
the shadows flicker on the narrow stone hall.
And then like walks as quickly as she can to get like up the stairs and out of here because she hates it. It's horrible.
Okay, so as you're walking down the hallway, Alessandra, you and only you hear suddenly the sound of someone. You hear a woman's voice. You hear the sound of someone in the midst of the physical act of love. You hear the cries of passion from a room that you walk by. But when you turn and look, the room is empty, and the sound echoes off the wall.
She hears a thing and she doesn't recognize what it is, and so she like spins around, and then she like hears the rest of the noise clip, and is just like and like waves the torch around and sees the doors are probably like just open or they have grates in them and there's no one around.
Yeah, most of the rooms down here don't actually have doors. But this room, the one you thought the sound was coming from, is empty. It just has two like cots in it. It looks like a cell in the monk sense, not in the prison sense.
Yeah, and then she probably like takes a step backwards away and then spins and like continues her like rapid ascent.
Gathers your dress and heads upstairs. Yeah. Okay. Cool. All right. So yeah, we fade out on Alessandra running up the stairs. And with that, we will take our second break. And when we get back, check in, see what everybody else is up to. Stick around. We got lots more of this burn and wheel business when we return. Don't go anywhere.